In terms of issues that you see in other countries compared to Cayman and what he has shared, are there any issues unique to Cayman that you haven't seen anywhere else?
Not really. I wouldn't say that there are issues that it's only unique for Cayman. I guess I would say that issues is common among Caribbean islands. And I have noticed for one recently that among the Caribbean islands, issues would be involving OFWs in critical illness, when an OFW dies, and they need repatriation assistance, something like that. And also, there might be contract related or I mean labor related problems and issues, and that's why it's the Filipino community who partners with us whenever there are issues that or problems that our Filipino workers would encounter in the island. They would refer it to us, and they would also assist us where to go or where to bring these issues with the appropriate government agencies in the country or the island.
So one of the things that you might learn in Cayman is that when workers come here, sometimes they don't know the law. They don't know that they should get a job description within a certain amount of days of being hired. And sometimes they don't get paid a pension, they don't get paid health insurance. So we've seen in the community or in the courts as well how matters taken seriously by the courts. Have you experienced that issue here where Filipino workers are not getting paid on time or don't have a written contract or don't have a job description or not getting pension payments or not getting health insurance?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we receive a lot of issues like that, and we're trying our best to do something about it. With our partnership with our government in Washington, we somehow help them cross that problem along the way, and we also have some plans in the future, still in the drawing board. That every time there's a new overseas Filipino workers coming here to Grand Cayman, we will have a
Post-arrival
it's a
orientation
post-arrival orientation
seminar.
seminar is PAOS. So they will attend that meeting virtually, even though they're in the States, and we will have some person here that can help us as well, so that they could understand a little bit. Maybe we cannot cover everything on Cayman, but at least the basic things that they need to know when they're here in Cayman. What are your basic rights? What are your basic things that you need to do, and those things that you should not do? So those are the things that we're planning, but it's still on the drawing board. Maybe we'll have a meeting probably in the next few months.
If I may add, normally the issues that you mentioned are encountered by those who came here without going through the usual regular process. No? These are the workers that did not go through the vetting process of our office, meaning those who came here through referrals of family members, friends, and other individuals, without their contract being scrutinized by our office. So they came here as probably tourists, no? Not as really work permit holders. So they are more vulnerable to issues that you mentioned because their papers were not really vetted by our office.
Would that include the workers that go through Dubai? Because some workers
Yes,
go to
exactly.
go to Dubai first
Right,
and
yeah,
then
exactly.
come to the Cayman.
So there's no way for us to capture these workers because at least if they come from the Philippines, our immigration officer there could bar them from taking their flight. No, if they are suspected of going to Cayman Island without the required documentation. But if they come from third country, from Dubai or from other countries in the Middle East, then of course there's no Filipino immigration officer at the airports there, so they can freely
Yeah.
come to Cayman.
If if I may add on that. So if a Filipino comes from a different country other than the Philippines, the only thing they need to show for in the airport is just the approved work permit.
Okay.
So they won't pass any Philippine government because before you exit Philippines, they will undergo a PIDOS. They call PIDOS. It's a pre-departure orientation seminar. So all of the Filipinos that exit the Philippines need to pass by the government, and then they will have to, the contract that they have here in Cayman, it needs to be verified by Washington because we're under Washington here. That's why it takes time for them to really come here in the proper route, because there will be a lot of evaluation before they come here. Unlike those people coming from different countries, the only thing they need here, they will just show it in the immigration here in Cayman. I have an approved work permit.
So would you say that the people that come here from a third country, do they have less protections available to them?
Yes, of course, I can. I can say that. I think it's safe to say that these are more vulnerable workers because, as I mentioned, they did not go through the vetting process of the Philippine government.
So in what ways would you say they're vulnerable?
Well, since we did not see their contract, so they can be asked to sign contracts that do not meet the Philippine labor standards or the Cayman labor standards. There's no way for us to know that because we have not seen their contract.
So you really act as an instrument to make sure that everything is in place for an overseas Filipino worker, wherever they end up outside the Philippines. And if someone goes through a third country, they are sort of taking a risk that someone hasn't double-checked their documents for them, someone hasn't ensured that the documents comply with the law or other standards,